Hi everyone. Today I wanted to make a video talking about my makeup story. I've been watching quite a few of these videos on YouTube over the last couple of days, and I find it's quite interesting to see how different people have come into makeup and just their overall opinion, and I guess just their history and how they learned what they know now. So I guess my story began when I was around 14. Well, I guess I need to go and talk about my family first. My mum's never worn makeup at all, and neither of most of her sisters. They don't tend to. My auntie wears a little bit of eyeshadow, but they didn't wear anything. So it was kind of difficult for me growing up and maybe wanting to experiment with makeup, but not having anybody who I could really talk to about it. But when I was around 14, I developed quite bad acne, and I do have scarring, which you'll sometimes see sometimes in videos, across my cheek area, sometimes a little bit down here. And at the time I was at school, and of course people can be very cruel, children, you know. I did get teased a lot. I did get called some pretty bad names, and it wasn't very nice. So what I wanted to do was, first instinct at that time is, you know, you don't really want people to look at you. You kind of want, you know, you hide. So I had my long hair, and I used to wear that down, and I used to use that as a shield in many ways. But what I found was I was more and more searching for some way to hide it and conceal it. So my first makeup brand that I ever bought, I would probably say, is going to be Rimmel. I went into a local chemist, or, you know, like Superdrug, and I looked for something that would cover it, and so I automatically went for concealers first. But I mean, obviously concealers can be quite cakey, and I find that Rimmel, you know, the sticks, particularly like the lipstick variation, is very cakey, and I would wear that. But I realised that it made like orangey patches on the skin. I wasn't exactly wearing the right colour, but I didn't really have anybody to ask about that, or the confidence really to approach anybody else about it. And then I migrated to foundation, which was probably more in the tubes than anything else. But as I say, I didn't really have the correct match to my skin, so it would always come off looking a little bit orangey. And I think that foundation has come a long way, in that now there's a lot of variation. There's a lot of recognition of the fact that different skin tones, some people are pink toned, some people have yellow tones to the skin, and foundations now are so much better than they ever were when I was younger. There was variation, but I always found that anything I did try had a very synthetic look to it. You could see that you had something on, but at that time having something on and being able to see it was better than the alternative, which was what it actually looked like. So I did used to wear that, and that became my camouflage, and that was something that I hid behind, and it gave me a little bit, I don't know, a bit of comfort, I guess, that even though you could see it was there, you couldn't see the redness and what was underneath it. So that's where it started. As I got older, I started to wear things like, well, mascara, a little bit of eyeshadow, but I wasn't very adventurous, I would say. I still lacked confidence. And then I guess in my 20s, I would wear glitter. I loved glitter, so I had glitter eyeshadows, and I had actually I got these. I just got them. These are Tony and Tina glitter pots. I don't think Tony and Tina is a label that's out there now. Don't know if you can see that. So I would put on Vaseline and put a little bit of this on. Light's not overly great. Anyway, so I would wear mascara and a little bit of eyeshadow, and occasionally just to cover up whatever breakouts I had. As I got older though, when I got to around 30, well, a series of things happened really. I was in a very bad relationship. I was married to somebody, and it wasn't a good relationship, and it wasn't healthy, and I lost me and lost my confidence and lost who I was. And then my nana was diagnosed as terminally ill, and that was a huge blow to me. My nana was the closest person to me, and I think it changed a lot of things for me. I was quite overweight then, and it just made me realise that I shouldn't be living the way I was living. I shouldn't be putting up with what I was putting up with, because she didn't put up with it. I don't really want to go too much into like that kind of history, but you know, she was in a bad place when she was younger and she didn't stay there. So this kind of inspired me, and I will always say that my nana passing was the best and the worst thing that has ever happened to me. And I know it sounds weird to say it was the best, but it was a huge reality check. I'd lost the most important thing to me at that time, the most important person, and it was the worst thing. But then it kick-started me, and I lost a lot of weight and I gained a lot of confidence, and that's when I really started to get into makeup a lot more. I wanted a foundation that matched my skin. I wanted to look like skin. I didn't actually wear a lot at that time, but I knew that I'm artistic and creative, so I knew that I could put makeup on and it would look good. I knew that I had that in me. So then I started to experiment more. And it's really only over the last year that I have actually expanded a lot more with my makeup. I used to have a bag and that was it. And that had all my makeup in it. And now I've got the drawers that you will have seen if you check out my other videos, my makeup storage. I've got the drawers, and now I've got this lovely desk, and I've got a mirror with lights, and I've got brushes. I never had brushes before. I had a blusher brush and an eyeshadow brush. And a powder brush. And that was it. I didn't have anything else. And now I've got lots of different brushes for lots of different purposes. I've learnt so much. I've got books that I've read and learned, and YouTube has been a huge part of me learning so much about makeup and how to apply it. And the first video really that I ever watched was the one by Sarah Walker Makeup, and it was how to apply winged eyeliner, because I've always wanted to try it and I just could never get it right, because basically I didn't really wear eyeliner until a couple of years ago because I just didn't have the confidence to try it. Now I have a little bit underneath. I couldn't imagine not having it. I love the way it really just brings out my eyes. And that's what I guess I realised about makeup. Makeup doesn't have to be a mask that you put on, that you hide behind. Makeup just enhances what you already have. And I used to use it as a mask that I used to hide behind. And now I've realised there's just something that I really love to do. I love to get in front of the mirror and put it on and look at it and think, wow, you know, yeah, it's a creative thing, I guess, as much as anything. So now, yes, I do have a lot more products, and I'm excited to go out shopping and try new products and look for colours that suit me. And, you know, I've just got it in a MAC, and I mean, Urban Decay, I did have a palette in fairness, and I've had this for a long time, which is this one. And I love this one, and I mean, you can see that it is quite used. But it's a lot more used than it used to be now, now than it used to be. And I use it in a more of a vibrant way, I guess. Yeah, but I'm just really enjoying it. Makeup is a bit of a passion. A lot of people get stick on here, and a lot of people think, oh yeah, you know, oh, you're into makeup, you know, what a waste. But people have different things that they collect, different passions that they have, and I don't think anybody should ever criticise somebody for having a passion. And for me, makeup is a creative expression. I've always been creative with the way I've dressed. I'm going to do a style video because I don't have a particular style, I would say, and when you watch my video you'll kind of see that I have a lot of different ones, and I think my style depends on how I feel on the day, and makeup is very much like that. Different days I feel like putting different colours on. It's like that for everybody. But yeah, I think I've definitely come on a journey with my makeup. I mean, everybody does. I think I came from somewhere where I had nobody to reach to, and what I've learned for myself. And then I just think that YouTube has been a huge influence now in the past couple of years about how I see makeup. And I love to watch tutorials and try the looks, and I just think it's a great medium for anybody who's wanting to try makeup and just starting out to reach for that and look and see what they can achieve. So I guess that is my makeup story. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the box below. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe if you enjoyed. So thanks for watching. Bye.